Hi, Capricorn Vibes Only. This is Raya. So I was compelled to record this video showing my face. I'm kind of physically exhausted, but I still wanted to show up for you guys in regards to November horoscopes and November tarot reading, because I don't do horoscopes. I want to eventually. I just have to dive deeper into knowing and understanding horoscopes more. Okay, so here's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Please pause this video and meditate on the card sorry, that resonates with you the most. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Good luck, everyone. Okay, pile 1. So I'm using the Golden Wheel Tarot. You can find this on Amazon. So pile 1, you have the 6 of Wheels. The 6 of Wheels is the 6 of Pentacles, right? And for me, this is about the past, feeling successful, feeling joyful, feeling a lot of abundance. Okay, so for November, it's about really nurturing your inner child. Oh my goodness. And okay, I'm gonna pet her because she's saying I need to nurture her. Okay, she's like 2 years old, so she's still like a child. She needs a little rub. So I feel like for November, it's about growing, prospering, figuring out what needs to be fixed, what you need to nurture within yourself, especially your inner child, and what you need to focus on a little bit more, and what you need to release. Okay, so I'm going to take this other deck and add some additional cards to this. And I'm only going to take the upright. So we also have the 7 of Pentacles. Wow. The 7 of Pentacles is about creating something that's impossible to become possible for you, right? Because here in the image, she has grapes, and grapes take a long time, and grapes you can turn them into wine. And that's a whole process, right? That people have been doing for a long time, but to create a really great glass of wine or bottle of wine, you need to make sure you're studying your grapes and picking the ones that are going to taste a certain way. So I feel, again, this is reiterating what I said for the 6 of Wheels, which is the 6, which goes after, so the 7 of Pentacles goes after the 6 of Wheels. This is, again, saying, okay, take your time, figure out what works and what doesn't work. And just because it didn't work the first time doesn't mean you don't try again, right? Just because that first glass or first bottle doesn't taste exactly the way that you want it to go, doesn't mean there's no room for improvement. Like when I first started my journey creating my oracle decks, I started, like when I first had them, I really liked the decks I created. Then I was like, you know what? I want to make these better. How do I make this better? Or what should I not make anymore? I know like some decks that I've made aren't selling, right? So I know, okay, maybe this is not what people want, because you can't always just make what you want. You have to produce things that other people are willing to purchase from you. And this could mean like particular things in your life too, like personal things, right? This doesn't necessarily always have to be about money, but this could be about you and your friendships. Maybe there are certain friendships that you need to re-nurture or open up again or talk about and not exactly ignore, right? Because maybe you've been focusing so much on building your wealth that it's really important to acknowledge the people in your life too. Like I know I struggle with that. I'm just so focused on trying to build something that sometimes I neglect certain other areas of my life, right? Like the cat here, this cat. Let's see. So I also have 2 other cards, and then we have the 6 of Cups, and then we have the Chariot. Yeah. So again, this is saying for November, it's figuring out what excites you, what brings you passion, what makes you excited about life, and what inspires you. Sometimes we do things because everyone else tells us that's what we should do. And they don't really know our experience. They don't really know like what we've been through. And I feel like for this group, it's not just about money or business or career. I think this is a lot of healing. A lot of healing from the past. Like you might have had to let go or say goodbye to people you really loved. This could be you having to say goodbye because you felt like they no longer served you. But I also feel like certain situations have caused people to become sick. And I think this is going to be the driving force for you to move forward in life, because you know, okay, this is really hard for me to say goodbye. This is really hard for me to pick up the pieces of my life, work on myself, work on who I am as a person. But I know that the people who are looking out for me in the afterlife want me to move in a clear and defined route, right? They don't want me to hold on to the past anymore, right? They want me to prosper even without them, right? So this is really a lot of loving energy of just healing your inner child, healing you feeling lost, you feeling you're not good enough, but realizing your potential within that. You know, sometimes you have to reach rock bottom to figure out like, wait, I am worthy of some things. I am worthy of moving on and doing things my way. And I know that people are looking out for me. All right, group one, I hope that helped you. Good luck with everything. And sorry about the cat. Hi, pal two. So you got the Temperance card. The Temperance card for me is about patience, acknowledgement, peace, but it's also about having a vision. And when you have a vision, it's a really quiet vision. I always believe, and I think a lot of Capricorns believe, that when we're quiet and humble about things, that's when things happen for us. We don't need to brag. We don't need to shout it to the rooftops of what we're doing. And the Temperance card to me indicates being really patient and strategic about your goals. So November, it's really going within and being really quiet and stealth-like about your goals, ambitions, and your next move. I feel people are watching you, group two, figuring out what you're doing differently, and also trying to compete with you. And I don't think it's competing, well, maybe some of you guys, in a really vicious way, but more of like, I wonder what Capricorn is up to next. Because every time I turn around, Capricorn is doing something new. Every time I turn around, they just create something different, or they come across as really different. Like there's something different about Capricorn. So for me, for group two, it's like a transformation, but it's a slow transformation. And the people who see you like every day, they don't notice that transformation as much as someone who sees you once in a while, right? Like you notice, like when you gain weight, people who live with you don't realize like how big you're getting, or if you lose weight, how small you're getting. But the people who don't see, you're like, wait a minute, whoa, what happened? Like, are you okay, right? And I feel like whatever's happening, it's slow. But the people who like watch you every time, they see small changes. But the people who like think about you like sporadically and they come and check up on you, like, wait a minute, something is different with Capricorn. I wonder what it is. And I feel like something is going to be changing for you. And it could start internally, it could start mentally. I have two cards, let's see. Wow, and I got the Hierophant and I got the Seven of Swords. Exactly what I was saying. Being more in tune with yourself, being more stealth-like, being more strategic, not showing all your cards. And I feel like people will want to know what your secret is, or will want to know what's up with you, but you're not going to say anything. And I think really too, I know pile 1 was a lot of healing and growing, but pile 2, I feel like you've been through a lot. Like a lot. Loss of a job, a big move, death in the family, death of a friend, or death of the old you, right? And it's been like hard. Like when I saw pile 2, like I just saw it when I flipped it over, or when I was like having the cards. I felt a heaviness, and I know this heaviness you want to release. The thing is, though, this heaviness is going to take a while for you to release it, but people are going to see you're releasing it, and you may not always see it. You may not always see the changes that you're going through, but every single moment of every single day, you are evolving, right? You are evolving. You're trying to find some sort of peace, and that peace is coming slowly but surely for you. And for November, I think that's what ends up going to take place, like in the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is about, like my friend Rosie likes to say, changes, challenges, and choices. And the number 5, look at, even in the image, it's like these 3 witches, right? And it's like, one is like, oh my God, covering her eyes. The other one's like, oh shit, not again. And this one is like, oh, as well, it is what it is, right? And I think that's the cycle that you're going to be going through this month. It's like, holy crap. And you're like, again, and then like, it is what it is. Like, I'm going to go through these changes. I'm going to go through these feelings. And it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay, because that's part of the healing process for you, group 2. 3 of Swords. Yeah, 3 of Swords and the strength. Like I said, this group has been through the most. Things that are unimaginable. Things that normal people wouldn't go through. And I'm not saying you're abnormal, but you've had a lot more hardships than other people have. But I want to let you know, like, you're healing from it. You've have that Capricorn energy, and I know Leo strength card, but no, there's no strength like a Capricorn, like none. I maybe I'm biased, but I just feel like we get thrown so much crap, and we don't always talk about it because we always appear really strong to people, but that's also like our shield or our armor to protect who we are. And no one knows like what you're going through. Maybe a select few, maybe 1 person, 2 or 3 people know exactly what you've been through, what you're going through, what you have been going through. But you come across as like this warrior. But I know internally, like, you've been hurting. But like, wow, it's ending. This month is gonna be an ending for you. We have the 10 of Swords and the Empress card. This whole new creation, this whole new mindset is going to come out. And certain things that you've had stuck, that was put on you, is going to be lifted. Now, it doesn't mean like at the end of this month, oh, you're healed, you're done. Like, that's not how life works. Like, I hate when people are like, oh, I thought you told me everything's gonna be better. Like, everyone has ups and downs. You know, it all is about perspective. It really is. And I feel you're going to realize, like, you have control of your life, and you have control in how you feel about things, or how you're going to allow things to make you feel. And I think at the end of this month, it's more like, okay, I'm going to take this pain, I'm going to make something out of it. And what I'm going to make from it is something beautiful. Because that's the story of a Capricorn. Like, I just noticed this. I text my friend Rosie, and she loves Edgar Allan Poe, and he was a Capricorn. And lately I've been watching, like, Wednesday. My daughter loves Wednesday, and she goes to school called Nevermore, right, which is Edgar Allan Poe's, I think, one of his poem, right. And I watched The Fall of the House of Usher, which is a short story by Edgar Allan Poe. And it's crazy, like, how, like, he's been revitalized, I guess. I know he's always been pretty popular after life, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he took something that was so dark, like, that people don't really like to talk about, and made it something like a masterpiece that people generations from now have, since his passing, have made it into such a beautiful, like, imaginative stories. Sorry, I'm gonna cry. I have such an emotional Pisces mood. But anyways, group 2, I feel like that's what's gonna happen for you. You're gonna take something that's been so painful for you, and something beautiful is gonna come out of it. All right, good luck with everything. Hi, pile 3. Okay, so pile 3, you have the 3 of Cups. I feel for pile 3, you guys for November are going to be the center of attention. Your energy is going to rise. Your charisma is going to increase. People are going to acknowledge you. People are going to see you. Now, that's not always important for a Capricorn, right? Like, we don't need praise or fake praise, but this is going to be genuine. Like, people are going to, like, damn, Capricorn, what are you doing? I want to be your friend. I want to know what's up. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're doing really well. Like, this is going to be praise for your hard work. This is going to be praise for who you are. People are going to like you and respond to you because you've put in the effort, you stuck to your morals, and you did what you had to do to succeed. And I feel like people are going to see that finally. And I laugh because we don't get our due credit. We really don't. And it's nice to know that people are going to see us, value us. But again, I have to say this, like, that's not important to us. What's important to us is our bank and how that's going to help humanity and society, right? Like, that's really, like, you can praise us all we want, but we want to know, like, are we going to be acknowledged money-wise? And so I have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So the Ace of Wands for me, yeah, you're going to be acknowledged for your ideas. And you're going to be acknowledged for being different. I know for me, I like to be different. I don't like to be like everyone else, nor do I like to do what everyone else is doing. I just don't. I think it's boring. Like, if I see it already, then why would I do it, right? That doesn't make me stand out. And I think, though, with you doing things differently, or you being acknowledged, kind of have to be careful that you don't play all your cards or show all your cards. Because I feel with you being praised, there is going to be a level of jealousy. There's going to be a level of, what are you doing differently? And so this is just saying, for you, since you are going to be pushed to the forefront or acknowledged, or your social media might explode, you will grow YouTube channel, whatever it is. I just feel like you just have to be careful with what you say and what you show, because there's going to be some people who is going to critique everything that you do and everything that you say, because they're going to try to find something and say, hey, Capricorn isn't who she or he say they are, right? There's something about them. But that's just coming from a place of insecurity, a place of jealousy. Because at the end of the day, you don't really compete with anyone. The only person you ever compete with is yourself. Like, you try to do things that are different, but that's better than what you did before, right? Let's see what else for you guys. Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups, I feel there's going to be a lot of genuine support. Even pile three, if you've been looking for love, love is going to come to you. Now, it might just be puppy love, it might be infatuation, it might be slow moving energy. Like someone's going to come around, like really dig you, really dig your energy. You're going to dig their energy. And then you're going to see how it goes, right? This may be a short term romance that could lead into something, right? And I say that because it's a knight, right? Knights usually are teenagers, young adults, not really sure, putting their foot in the water, just feeling it out. That's the type of energy that I'm getting. And it's saying just go with the flow. Like, don't have any expectations. And I feel like that's with this too, with your rise in popularity. Like, you're just going to go with it. You're going to be like, you know what? I deserve this. I'm going to just stay humble. I'm going to just do what I have to do, and be grateful for this experience that I have. That's the energy that I'm getting. Let's see what else. And Six of Wands, look at this. Again, you guys, like, I know a lot of, because I watch astrology videos, they've been saying the same thing about Capricorns. So if you chose pile 3, there is going to be a rise in popularity. You are going to be recognized. You are going to receive some level of recognition for your work, for your hard work. But I do see, there will always be people who may question you. But I'm getting like, don't even worry about that. Because why? Why bother worrying about things you can't control? Just be proud of yourself and how far have you come. And I know Capricorns, it's been a long journey. I say this as a fellow Capricorn. It's been a long journey. You've been waiting. 4 of Swords. You've been having to be patient. And, patience doesn't work well with Capricorns. We don't know how it is to be patient, but we're forced to be patient. And we're actually really patient because we know we need to wait. Because every time we rush, we mess up. And that's always the universe telling us, our Saturn sign, telling us that we need to slow down. Good things take time. And I have to constantly remind myself that too. Like, good things take time, Raya. Your rewards are going to come. It's just going to be a lot slower than other people. And I think that's something that I struggle with, and maybe you guys too, if you chose 3, is comparison. Comparing yourself to other people and their progress versus your progress. Because we're a little cocky, right? I'm going to admit it. What we do is 9 out of 10 times better than other people. And they end up getting the recognition a lot faster than we do. And we're like, really? Hey, I'm honest. Like, I don't pretend to be a spiritual narcissist. Like, look, I know, like, there's certain things that I'm still working on that I need to fix. Like that, I think I'm better than other people because I create things that are better. But, and maybe that's how you feel too. You're like, wait a minute, I work 10 times as hard as this person who does nothing and they got the raise. Like, that ends up happening. And we end up becoming a little bit resentful. But I think for November, if you chose this pile, that's kind of not going to happen. You're going to be like, wait a minute, you guys are seeing me? Yeah. Oh my God, you're cheering for me? Like, you're going to be a little shocked about it because you're not used to that. You're really not used to that. Okay, so you have the Empress and the 3 of Swords. Pile 2 got this too. But pile 2 was really heavy energy. So with you guys, it's more of, and I'm not saying you haven't been through a lot of crap. You probably have. But maybe not to the same extent. And I'm not comparing. This is not a competition between Capricorns. But I feel like your pain is different than their pain. And doesn't negate the level of pain that you've been through. But I think you've been able to channel it a lot better. I think group 2 is going to start channeling that. You guys have been channeling that. And you channeling that pain, whatever you've been through, whatever people have tried to knock you down and told you couldn't do something or cancel you out, which has happened to me, you're going to take whatever that is and create something. And that's why you are being celebrated. That's why you are being acknowledged. Like for me, I always tell people, like, people don't want to listen to me when they ask about creating a deck. And they're like, oh, I want to create a deck like this person. I'm like, why would you want to do that? Like, if you can't copy them, don't imitate them. Like, don't do that. Like, you're not going to make any money. They're successful because they're successful making their deck. They're known for that. What can you, and I always tell people, what can you do differently? What can you bring to the table that this other person can't? And that takes time to dig out. And I think you guys have done that. You're like, you know what? I have something and I'm going to share it. Anyways, group 3, I love you guys. Good luck with everything.